Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Yo, peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. It's your brother Bunya, back at you with a quick hitter. Pardon me, because I'm eating lunch right now and also. But Now I know nobody likes quizzes, right? I know I used to hate them when I was in school. Right? But I wanted to just do a quick recap and find out if we're retaining some of the things that we've been teaching here on the channel. And if if we still have the same understanding on certain things. But before I go into this particular scripture that I want to ask you about, family, I wanted to say on Friday, we'll be having a Christian on by the name of Dwayne. And I mean, you've seen the thumbnail, so it'll be Friday, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Dwayne will be giving us his spiel on the 400-year prophecy, basically Genesis chapter 15, 12 through 14. He'll be giving us his spiel on that. And we'll be having a little bit of a discussion on it, see where his points of view is, what he thinks about it, if he believes it according to how we believe it, and if not, and what he believes and how he believes it's, if it was fulfilled or not, his understanding, right? Sabbath classes to start back up this weekend. I'm going to be doing a lesson on the split between the northern and southern kingdom. I'm going to be doing a little bit of scripture dive on that. And what I want to do is I want to get you acclimated into understanding the past history between the southern and the northern kingdom, so that when we start moving forward into the New Testament writings, the epistles and the gospels, that you can have a more of a foundational understanding of what's going on when they say certain things within the New Testament, concerning the southern and the northern kingdom. Now, interesting enough, you don't see them particularly mention the southern or the northern kingdom as separate groups. What you do see mentioned is the word Jew, Greek, Gentile. You see those particular words being used, and it's for a reason. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a lesson on the split between the northern and southern kingdom, so you can get more acclimated in the understanding You know, when we read the New Testament, it's drawing from something, right? It's drawing from previous prophecies, previous scriptures that's been wrote, right? Paul wasn't just going off the top of his head, nor was Peter, nor was James or any other the apostles. They were not just going off the top of their heads and making rules up as they go, right? They were going according to what was already written, right? And the same thing goes when we go into the understanding of the southern and northern kingdom. Uh, when we go into the New Testament, we have to remember these two tribes still exist, right? Now, I wanted to show you a scripture, and I wanted to ask your opinion on something. And there's no right or wrong answer. Not with me. It's just maybe you have a different understanding, or you haven't really got yourself into this particular channel and how we look at things. So what I want to do is I want to show a scripture, and I want to ask what your understanding is on it. And it's not going to be a lot of stuff to share, but just to find out. Hold on. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we're going to start with Deuteronomy chapter. I'll start from Deuteronomy 32 and 18. And let's go a little bit. Now, I don't want to go too much, give you too much. I just want to go right here from 32 and 20 to 21. Right? Now, this is what it said in Deuteronomy chapter 32, 20 to 21. It says, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not a Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. All right. So this one in particular is what I want to get your understanding on. This particular verse right here, where it says, I will move them to jealousy. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. Right. I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. All right. So let me post this in here. So what does that mean? What does that particular part of the scripture mean when it says they have moved me to jealousy that which is not Elohim? They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. Who is that not a people? What is that talking about? Who is the Most High going to move Israel or the nation of Israel? Right? Who is he telling he going to move them to jealousy with? Hmm? I'm gonna give y'all some time to get that answer. Who is that not a people? Who is that not a nation that the Most High is gonna provoke us to jealousy with? Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Gentiles. Okay. Look at some of the answers we got. Jason Philip McCauley says, Northern Kingdom, Ephraim, Judah. That's an excellent one. Excellent. Metamorphosis says Ish. Seeking the Most High says the Jews. Sharon O says those ruling over us. Now, Simcha says Jewish. Cassius Chris says the Gentiles. Metamorphosis says the Ish people or Edomites. Roy Street said heathens. Sim B says Gentiles. Those who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Yvette Rivera says Yah allowed our enemies to prosper at our expense, but now they will pay for their evil doings. Jason Philip McCauley says in Hosea 1:9, then said the Most High, call this name La'ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your Elohim. And Kara King says the heathen. All right, so I want to give big ups to everybody that said Gentiles and everybody that said Israel. Right now, a lot of misconceptions with this scripture is that it's talking about heathens, right? But the answer lies in this question right here, in this statement, where it says, I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. How can you be not a people? The word not a people, or that statement, not a people, that particular statement doesn't apply to everybody. The question we have to ask ourselves, is there anywhere in the scripture where Edomites are not Edomites? Right? Let's take a look at what not a people means, because we know. Okay, so move them to jealousy with that which is not. That says low, a primitive particle, not the simple abstract negation by implication, no. Often used with other particles before or else, except, much less, nay, neither, never, no. So of course, which is not, it means they're no, they're not something, right? And then we have the word a people. A people, it says am. A people as congregation, unit, specifically a tribe, as those of Israel, hence collectively troop, or attendance, figuratively a flock, folk, men, nation, people. So this is who he's talking about. He's talking about those who are not a nation, right? Not a man, not a nation, not a people, right? So we have to ask ourselves, is there anybody in the scripture that was called not a people? Is there anybody? Was Ham? Here's a question: was Ham ever called not a people? Put a 1 up for yes. Put a 2 up for no. Was Ham ever called not a people? Put a 1 up for yes, 2 up for no in the scriptures. 1 for yes, 2 for no. One for yes, 2 for no. Got a 2 from the brother Jason Philip McCauley. Okay. All right, so Tehuti of New KMT says yes. Seeking the Most High says 3. Kara King says that Ham was called not a people. Right? Now let me broaden it. Was there any nation designated as not a people when we read the scripture? Was there anyone? Whether there was Gentile or Israelite, was anyone ever designated as not a people? Israel or Israelite? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay. 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 Now, let's get to the e-sword. Let's see what the e-sword shows us. Let's take a look. Let's find out if we can find anybody designated as not a people. Because this is how we get the answer to this prophecy. The Most High said he is going to bring them to jealousy with those which are not a people. Right? There we go. Let's type that in. And if you notice on the e-sword, it says search for exact phrase. Right? So I'm going to look for the exact phrase. So this phrase would designate whoever it's talking about as not a people. Not a people. Right? So we got not a people right here. I spelled that wrong. E goes first. Not a people. Let's see how many results we come up with. All right, so we got 4 results. And we got one of them is Deuteronomy 32 and 21, which we already read, right? Then we have Isaiah 7 and 8. And then we have Isaiah 8 and 19. And then we have 1 Peter 2 and 10. Right? So let's take a look at this one first right here, Isaiah. Let's take a look at Isaiah 8 and 19. Hold on. Before I do that, let me do this real quick. All right. So Isaiah 8 and 19 says, and when they should say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that ye peep, that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek their Elohim for the living to the dead? All right, so Isaiah 8 and 19 is not designating anybody as not a people. Isaiah 8 and 19 is asking a question if not a people should seek the Most High. So it's not making making a distinction of them being called not a people. So let's go on to Isaiah 7, right? Now Isaiah 7, let's say 7 and 4. I'll start from 7 and 4. And it says, and say unto him, take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted for the two tails of these smoking firebrands. For the fierce anger of Rezin with Syria and of the sons of Remaliah, because Syria, Ephraim, and the sons of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabel. Thus said the Most High, Elohim, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years, Ephraim, 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people. And the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria and Remaliah, son, if ye will not believe, surely ye shall not be established. Right? So here we have Ephraim being called not a people. Right? Now, let's take a look at another scripture. Because I think this scripture is pertinent when it comes to understanding this prophecy. All right? Now we have 1 Peter's. Right? And let's start from 1 Peter's 2 and 9. Because Peter's telling someone something. Now you decide if this is heathen or if this is Israel. It says in 1 Peter 2 and 9, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. All right, so here you have 1 Peter's telling another people, I'm just going to assume that we all agree that this is Israel because it says they're a chosen generation. He said they're a royal priesthood. He said they're a holy nation. And he said they're a peculiar people. And he said in times past, they were called not a people. All right? We're called not a people. What does it mean to be called not a people? What does it mean if you're not a people? If people means nation, right? If people means nation, it means progeny, heritage, right? What does it mean to become not a people? The scripture tells us what it means. Didn't the scripture say, indeed, ye shall discontinue from thy heritage that I have gave you? What happens to Israel if they discontinue from their heritage? If the Most High divorces a nation that had no name before, where they got he's surnamed Israel. But if the Most High divorces them, what are they? What do they become? They become not a people. They become discontinued from their heritage. They become Gentiles. Contrary to popular belief, the word Gentile does not denote any particular nation. The word Gentile is not a particular ethnic group. The word Gentile just means nation. You become a bastard, yes, but you become a people that have no designated nation. Thus, wherever you're scattered, that's what you will call yourselves. You call yourselves Greeks, right? What is a Greek? What is a Grecian? Right? Brother Jason Philip McCauley put out the book of Hosea. He posted that scripture, and that scripture is pertinent also to understanding when Ephraim became not a nation. Right? Let me see if I can grab this. All right, so right here it says, and I gotta go after I read this. But this is when it happened. If you read the beginning of Hosea 1:1, and then you go back to Isaiah chapter 7, you'll see what happened. It's in the time of, it said, and it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, son of Jotham, son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up towards Jerusalem. Now, this is in their time, right? And remember, the Most High said in 65 years, 60 means 20, 40, 65 years later, Ephraim would become not a people. You fast forward into Hosea 1:1, and it says, the word of the Most High came unto Hosea, son of Beri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah. Right? So this right here, that what we're reading is happening in the same time period that we are reading in Isaiah. And look what it says. And it says, and she conceived again and bare daughter, and the Most High said, call her name Lara Maha, for I would no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Most High their Elohim. And I will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Now, when she had weaned Lara Hama, she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Most High, call his name Laami, for ye are not my people. At this point, Ephraim became not a people. This is when it happened. See, but when we go back to First Peter's and we read about what was said, it says, in which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High. And then he says something else that's key, which had not attained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. This scripture is the fulfillment of Hosea, where he tells them that they're a royal priesthood, a peculiar people, right? Children of the Most High. Because it says right here, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel should be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living Elohim. That's what Peter was telling them. Peter was telling them, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, which in time past were not a people, but now are the people of the Most High, which did not attain mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Right? So this right here is the fulfillment of Hosea. Israel, the northern kingdom, was the people that would be not a people. Those were the ones that Judah, the southern kingdom, would be jealous of. If you want to understand jealousy, I would suggest, and I'll have some time when I go into the split between the kingdoms to go over this. But I'm going to go over this when I talk about the split and the enmity between the nations. If you read up on the prodigal son, Mashiach explains the whole thing. The jealousy, you can see the jealousy between the two of them. Why would Judah be jealous of the northern kingdom, right? Why would the southern kingdom be jealous of the northern kingdom? Well, this is why. Because Judah served the Most High. The northern kingdom went away. They turned from the Most High. But when the Most High brought Mashiach forth, initially, it was to bring back the northern kingdom. That's why Paul went out to the Gentiles. Those Gentiles were scattered northern kingdom. Right? But when you read the prodigal son also, you find out that that sacrifice was also for the southern kingdom. It was necessary for us to be brought into this jealousy and to be brought into this understanding that we are not high-minded against our brothers. Mashiach died for them so that the enmity between us could be broken away. Two nations against each other. Two different tribes, two people. Right? Two people against each other, two brothers. What better way than to heal that divide than for one from the other nation to die for all of us? Right? That's why Mashiach died for us, to bring back our little brother. That's why we needed to be jealous. We had to be humble. Judah had to be humble. We walked with our heads stretched up high. We looked at the northern kingdom like they was nothing. Those was our brothers. We should have had compassion on them. We should have had pity. But we didn't want to deal with them. We saw them as another nation. The Most High told us not to deal with them, though. He said, let them alone. They're attached to devils. So we left them alone, and we treated them like heathens. But they were our brothers. They were our family. You know? That's how come you see people like Cornelius and other Israelites understanding certain things that was only given to us. I don't care what anybody say. The entire book is about the rise, the fall, and the rise again of our people and the return of our Elohim, right? And his Christ, whom he sent, and his rulership and his dominion. It's not about all the other nations. It's not about them. It's a love story about us. Do you love the Most High? Or do you hate him? I love him. You know? And despite my shortcomings, the Most High knows I love him. And I'm going to, with every breath of my body and my life that I got left in me, I'm going to spend that time trying to prove that I do love the Most High. You know? And as we should be. It is our reasonable service. Right? It is the least we could do. Right? For all that he's given us. Right? But the northern kingdom, those were the Gentiles, those were not a people. It's been your brother Banya with another quick hitter. With that, I want to say walk in faith, walk in grace, and walk in obedience, Israel. Shalom and blessings.